Odioma, the village that stood against the king and vanished by morning. In the tide-soaked creeks of what is now Bay Elsa State, there once stood a proud settlement called Odioma. A fishing village built by generations of Ijaw families, Odioma had no grand palace or military force. But it had something more dangerous to empire: defiance. In 1948, under the lingering shadow of British indirect rule, the colonial administration ordered the enforcement of a new head tax. Every adult male was to pay a fixed amount in shillings, regardless of income, land ownership, or circumstance. In most areas, fear and exhaustion forced compliance. But in Odioma, the elders said no. They argued the land provided for its people long before the British Crown ever saw the Delta. That taxation without dialogue was no better than theft. A town meeting was held. The decision was unanimous: Odioma would not pay. This resistance did not go unnoticed. In March of that year, a detachment of Nigerian colonial troops, trained under British officers, arrived under the pretense of conducting a search for agitators. What followed was not a search. It was an operation. Soldiers opened fire without warning. Palm oil groves were set ablaze. Canoes were overturned and burned. Homes, built by hand from mangrove wood and mud, collapsed into smoke. Villagers attempting to flee were beaten. At least 2 women and 3 children were confirmed dead. Many others were never accounted for. By morning, Odioma was gone. The colonial administration filed no report. The attack was never investigated. What once was a thriving village became an unmarked scar on the Delta. A new settlement would later rise near the ruins, but the name Odioma was deliberately omitted from official maps and documentation. Today, few Nigerians have heard of Odioma. Fewer still know what happened in 1948. But oral history in the region preserves the memory. Locals say the river remembers. They say that if you listen closely on certain nights, you can hear the cries and gunfire echoing across the water, whispers from a village that refused to bow.